Okay, Sheikh, I have a question. For example, the continent in South America and North America, it was not discovered during the Prophet Muhammad. And later, when let's say after Columbus went there, and then it's discovered and it's connected to the rest of the world. And now, question is, back then the people who were living there and they died in that time, and what will be the ruling for them? They didn't hear anything
Got
about
your
Islam.
question. Got your question. But let me correct a misinformation that Mr. Columbus discovered the Americas. When you say discovered, that he went to a land and there was no one there, there were no inhabitants, and he found a land without people. There were people there, people lived there, and when the English invaded the Americas, they eradicated the native people. This is history, which we must be aware of. So they uh, fought against them, they stole their land, they spread diseases, contagious diseases, in order to speed their elimination until they eliminated most of them. That's a fact. But the Americas, there were people, the native Indians, they were living there, they were well established, they have their own, life, their own civilization, and the English and the Spanish, the French, they came and they occupied their lands, and they brutally killed most of them. All right. Now, any nation, now we're not talking about history, any nation didn't hear about Allah's oneness, didn't receive a message, didn't receive a messenger, a prophet, didn't receive any revelation. The Almighty Allah said about them in the Quran, وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رَسُولًا. Allah will never punish anyone without sending to them a messenger. So those who were between the time of a prophet and another, prior to Prophet Jesus, there was a period. Those people, they did not even hear about Prophet Moses, Zachary, they hear about Prophet Abraham. They are excused in this life. Then the Almighty Allah on the day of judgment will test them and will invite them to believe in a particular test, and those who will pass the test will make it to heaven, and those who fail the test, that means if they were alive on earth and they received the messenger, they would have treated him like Abu Jahl and Abu Lahab treated Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In the Sunnah, this aspect is known as the people of فترة على فترة من الرسل. يعني at a time there was no messengers, there was no prophets. I would like to add, even though we are in 2020 what 6, correct? 1447, Gregorian 2026. There are a lot of people. I've met some people in the States, in America, in small towns, have no clue about anything. They never left their own town. Some were working in the oil extraction, some farmers, you know. Some went to school, but they have no idea about Islam or a prophet or Allah or oneness or anything. Will they be treated the same? Yes, they will be treated the same. Even though now Islam is the fastest growing religion and the largest followers at large, greater than Roman Catholic, mashallah. Okay? But a lot of people didn't hear about Islam at all. They will be treated likewise. A lot of people born and raised believing that Jesus is God. They have no idea. Or, on the other flip, there are a lot of people who knew about Islam, but only from Fox News. And the mainstream Western media, 700 Club, Zionist media. So all what they know about Islam is negative. Muslims are fanatic, extremists, terrorists. They kill people, they do whatever. Obviously, when people investigate and they make their own research, they end up accepting Islam and they know who is the terrorist, who are the extremists. Look at Epstein's files. You'll find out. Okay? So those who did not know about the Prophet and about Allah will be given the excuse, but they will be tested on the day of judgment. Those who knew, but all what they knew is negative, also they will be treated likewise. Assalamu alaikum.